Hello everyone, welcome to This Day. It is Friday, December 15th. I'm Michael Taylor. We got a great program for you. You know, this is like the last really good shopping weekend. Next Sunday, Christmas Eve. Can you believe it? It's coming. I don't know what to do. I'm definitely not ready. Hope you are though. Hope you got family and friends coming to town. Let's take a look at what we got for you. We got a great holiday show if you guys are interested in going out seeing a holiday show. We got one coming up for you. Old pros are going to come in and talk to us about their holiday show, some of their meetings they have going on. Next year's show, they already got some plans for January, so we're going to cover a lot of stuff in there. Sports Corner, always going to cover a lot of stuff with Cole Young. He's got a great segment for us today as well. Stay tuned for that. Hey, we want you to stay informed. If you'd like to get out there in the community a little bit, volunteer, they have a resident volunteer opportunity. They're looking for 2 part-time positions for folks to kind of oversee a lot of the construction, the maintenance, and the work that's going on in the community. You can find out more information about that by going to lagunawoodsvillage.com. Click on the news, what's up in the village, and you'll be able to see this volunteer opportunity for you. Check it out, see if it fits for you, and apply today. Let's take a look outside while we're here, and got some partly cloudy skies this morning, and that's going to clear up a little bit. We'll see some wispy stuff in the sky, but nothing major. Nice day, really. Nice day, 75. Today and tomorrow are going to be great. Then we are going to see some change in our weather pattern. The clouds are going to start slowly moving into the area. Starting Monday, really, there's a slight chance of rain, but we didn't really put it in there. Tuesday, a little more of a chance for the rain. We're going to have really kind of on and off rain all next week. It looks like somewhere in the forecast, a little bit of rain. So enjoy this weekend while you can. Get the shopping done because it's going to be slippery and wet out there next week, and it's just going to be a little bit of a mess for the holidays. But hey, that's what we have to deal with sometimes. Let's take a look at our sunrise and our sunset. Got a great picture from Ben Givens. I love this shot. That seagull's just up there chilling, not worrying about the holidays, not worrying about shopping, nothing, just where's my next fish going to come from? That's all his worries are for the day. Sunrise was 6:47. Sunset tonight, 4:44. And if you'd like to send us a picture just like Ben did, well, you can certainly do that. We have an email for you, lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Just send us your name, where you took the great photo, and we will put it on there. Make sure you send some pets, places, Christmas trees. We have some great Christmas shots lately. Anything you want, send it in. We'll take a look. We'll put it on sunrise and sunset. Hey, I've got some good news for you. No meetings today. So when we come back, we'll be talking with the old pros. Stay with us.
Achieve a level of comfort you've never known before. The Daydreamer will take you through smooth movements and guide you effortlessly into your favorite positions. Adjust the power pillow for ideal support for your head and neck. This and our positioning technology allows for infinite relaxation. Lay back in zero gravity while watching TV and put your body and mind at ease. Lift your spirits and find your favorite daydream. Contact your local Golden retailer today.
Welcome to Harvard Eye Associates. We're focused on your eye care at all 3 of our Orange County locations.
Our new location in Laguna Hills, Orange, and San Clemente.
Each facility features the latest in advanced technology and diagnostic equipment.
And a trusted collection of doctors that care about your vision and your quality of life.
We deliver what matters to you and your family.
Harvard Eye Associates, the future of vision today.
If you're driven by an adventurous heart, you're in luck. The thoughtfully redesigned 2023 Subaru Outback shares your spirit. With standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, plus up to 32 miles per gallon. A 260 horsepower turbocharged engine, advanced technology, and an extra-large touchscreen. The 2023 Subaru Outback. Go where love takes you.
Irvine Subaru. Buy online, just come in to sign. Get 2 years complimentary maintenance included on all new Subarus.
The Salvation Army Orange County is proud to be a leader in providing comprehensive care to families, men, women, young adults, seniors, and veterans in Orange County. Our shelters provide food, clothing, counseling, housing navigation, and job training. We also provide care through rent and utility assistance, food pantries, anti-trafficking services, adult rehabilitation, and youth programs. Donate today to help families in need and empower individuals towards self-sufficient life.
folks, the Old Pros are here. They are an educational theater group that works to bring quality stage production here in Laguna Woods Village. And we want to welcome Carol Glenn and Sharon Rosen back to the program. Thanks for joining us again.
Thank you.
We don't usually have you guys this far apart. You're not arguing, are you? Everything's okay?
No, we just didn't make any noise when we came in. So they're there, we'll take
This
the
much
seats.
redhead energy next to each other just could
It's
be
a
too
lot.
much.
Yes.
It's a lot. It's going to be a fiery interview. You guys have a big show coming up on the 20th over at Clubhouse 7. It's the big holiday show you guys do. So tell me a little bit about what you have going on.
I'm the president of the Old Pros, and I was looking at what are we going to do for December. And I have this wonderful lady who's so musical. And I just said, Sharon, we want to do a lot of happy, fun stuff for the upcoming December show. So having said that.
Well, Carol has put together some terrific fun readings, and I've put together the music.
Okay.
So I'm in a group with 4 other women called the Feisty Women, and we'll be singing a couple of kind of old-time traditional songs. One of Laguna Woods stars, Moki Lund from the Woods combo, will be singing some really terrific things. The
Beautiful
songs
Christmas
really
songs.
beautiful Christmas songs that people love. I'm doing an unusual Hanukkah song. See, I'm a Hanukkah.
Yeah, I saw you were calling that your ugly sweater, though?
Yeah,
Or
well,
is that-
it's not ugly.
It's my
I know,
beautiful
that's
Hanukkah sweater. But if people say ugly sweater, this is all I got. The way my brain works, sometimes a friend said they're so tired of, I have a little dreidel. And so this side of my brain went, yeah, we need something else. And this side of my brain went, I think it'll fit to Rolling in the Deep, a Bell song. What do you think?
There you go.
And it does. So that's what I'm singing.
And I am so delighted. I heard it for the first time yesterday, and it is a treat.
Oh, thanks.
And classic Adele. I mean, your voice is so beautiful in that. I'm
thanks.
delighted.
Now, when it comes to putting together a show like this, when do you start? How do you get together as a group and say, okay, here's what we want to do. Here's how we want. Here's the act 1, 2, 3 kind of a thing.
Director.
I'm not really sure. I just say, God grant me wisdom and guidance, and then I start looking around. And I've been very fortunate that I spot certain things. And having worked with Sharon before, that made that part easy. And my thinking was, well, here we are, Christmas. Everybody does Miracle on 34th Street for Christmas.
Sure.
You see the movie over and over again. Let's look at not the warm, fuzzy things. Let's look at some of the different situations that happen in there. In this case, it's the judge and his campaign manager talking about, is there really a Santa Claus, and what happens if you say there isn't?
It's a funny scene. She chose a really funny scene.
Thank you.
When we talk about the Old Pros, just in general, what's really the core of what you guys want to do with the club?
Well, I think you said it. We really want to put on quality entertainment for the community. And one of the things that I've been focusing on, because the pandemic has decimated so many of the clubs, is that we're working more and more with other groups and other clubs, which brings us to the effect that I'd like to talk about a little bit later about our January show that we will be doing. And we have in the past, we've been doing shows for the publishing club. They came in, we were doing enacting stories that they had written, which has been a fun thing, and we plan on doing more of that for next year.
Yeah, we talked about it a couple months ago, and that was really, I heard, that really sounded like an interesting kind of concept to bring those two clubs together, and the writers and then the performers, and make it happen.
Absolutely. And in working with the other clubs, we also do presentations for ThisDay, which is a concerned citizen project.
Okay.
And we're doing our show for the College Club, also December 20th.
There we go. Now, folks who are coming, they're encouraged to wear ugly sweaters and kind of have a good time.
Anything festive.
Anything
An ugly
festive.
sweater, a beautiful sweater, baubles on their heads from the Christmas tree, whatever they want to do.
So members are free, and guests are $5. It's over at Clubhouse 7. Opens up at 6:30. Open at 6:30, but doors open at 7 p.m. for the show.
No, doors
Doors are open at 6:30 for people to come in.
Okay,
and, and 7 o'clock is when the show will
and
start.
as one of our ladies said, come for the wine, stay for the show.
And if I don't mention Mark, my Mark, not your Mark, my Mark,
Okay.
he will be sad.
Well, let's mention Mark.
Mark, you know,
I always like Marks.
yeah, my husband Mark Hochberg and I do a show here on TV6, you know, the Home with the Hochbergs, where we just have fun for a half an hour making music. And Mark is a vital part of any time we have a performance with music, including this one. He's a genius piano player, and you just tell him what song and what key, and he goes. He just plays.
Right, and it does take so much coordination to do the kind of lighting, music, sound, performances, the blocking, and all of those things. It's not just, you guys just don't go up there and vamp for a little while and hope it all works out.
Yeah, and that's
sometimes.
something that and that's something you brought up. We're always looking for technicians who are willing to work behind the scene, which doesn't mean you're stuck behind the scene, because we'll pull you up on stage too. We're really a rep company. We like to have people involved in all of the aspects, whether it's writing, producing, directing, acting, or behind the scenes costuming. God knows I do that enough of the time.
Last year's Christmas production, we did
The Grinch.
It's a Wonderful Life. We did It's a Wonderful. Oh, was that 2 years ago?
Yes.
Well,
it's all merging together.
Right. But because, you know, I'm usually the music person, but on It's a Wonderful Life, I was the person doing sound effects in the background along with her Mark.
Well, switch gears real quick. I want to jump over to January. You guys are partnering with another club, the African American Club here in the Village, and you're having actually a pretty, it sounds like a very interesting program with speeches and quotes from the Civil Rights Movement.
Absolutely. I started doing research on this, and Michael Pontecorvo, who's our incoming vice president, is working with me on that, and just started going through who are the famous Black figures that we know about. But like many of our playwrights, you know about them, but you don't know that much about them. And so that's one of the things we're doing is a brief history. For some of them, like Sojourner Truth, she has this wonderful speech, "Ain't I a Woman Too?" And Frederick Douglass, and we're still, I got an outside, we do bring in people from outside as well, and we're delighted to have this lovely young woman, Jasmine Monroe, who will be doing the Marian Anderson spot, "My Country 'Tis of Thee."
Oh,
lovely voice. We have so many lovely voices, but you didn't fit the character.
No, I understand, and I'm delighted to hear she's coming in.
Yes.
Now that's kind of it's kind of a different kind of presentation than you guys are usually doing. I know a lot of it's like entertaining and fun, but this seems more really kind of a more serious tone in terms of this presentation, right?
Yes. Another one of our board members suggested January, Martin Luther King. Why don't we do a tribute to famous Black figures? And I said, that's a wonderful idea. So I got in touch with Annie McCrary, who is the president of the African American Heritage Club. And she's been very helpful, and we said, let's do it.
Yeah, fantastic. So that is going to be coming up for folks January 3rd, 7 p.m. And it's going to be, members are going to be free, of course, and guests are $5. And it sounds like it's a Clubhouse 7. It's going to be a great one.
Yes, and that's what has happened to us with the Old Pros. This last year, we were all over the place time-wise. We stayed at Clubhouse 7, but we had different schedules. This 2024, we are going to be the first Wednesday of the month, every month in 2024.
Okay. Sounds like that's going to work out. Okay, so we got some consistency with our meetings. Nobody's going to be confused. We got some great holiday shows. Make sure you guys get out there. Clubhouse 7 on the 20th for the big holiday, Magic of the Holiday show. And of course, just like we mentioned, the We Had a Dream event on January 3rd at Clubhouse 7 as well. Old Pros. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Great segment, great segment. Thanks for joining us. It's going to be a great show. Let's make sure you get out there and do those. Hey, Sports Corner's coming up next. Stay with us.
Pet boarding and daycare reimagined in Laguna Woods. Smart Park is offering 1 month of unlimited free daycare to new clients that pass a temperament evaluation. Call today to redeem this offer and get started.
Hello and welcome back to this Friday's episode of Sports Corner. I'm Cole Young, and to start, there's one headline that rocked the entire sports world this week. For some, it may come as good news. For others, myself included, not so much. The MLB's biggest name, two-way superstar Shohei Ohtani announced Saturday afternoon via Instagram that he is signing with a new team, making the 30-mile move up the 5 freeway to play for the Dodgers. The terms are for a record 10 years and $700 million. That is the biggest contract in North American sports history by far. Ohtani's contract will run through the year 2034. However, Ohtani is deferring more than 97% of his earnings. The deferred money, totaling $680 million, will be paid to Ohtani between 2034 and 2043, meaning he requested to only make $2 million per year for the next 10 seasons to make the Dodgers' payroll and tax burdens easier to manage. Apparently, the deferrals were Ohtani's idea with the intent of helping the Dodgers sign other players. While his contract will just be $2 million per year, Ohtani is believed to make upward of $45 million annually through endorsements, as he is clearly an international superstar. Suffice to say, he won't be struggling in the financial department. In case you're wondering who on earth would pay that much money for just one player, Ohtani's stats prove that he is possibly the greatest baseball player in history. Last season, he totaled 44 home runs and 95 RBIs as a hitter, while posting a 10-5 record with a 3.14 ERA and 167 strikeouts as a pitcher. The Dodgers are now most definitely clear-cut favorites to win the World Series next season. Personally, I am most looking forward to the Angels and Dodgers' first matchup. Speaking of LA teams and their successes, the Los Angeles Lakers have officially won the first ever NBA in-season tournament. On Saturday night, the Lakers rolled past the Pacers, winning 123-109 to win the inaugural NBA Cup. I'm sure no one will be surprised to hear that LeBron James was named MVP of the tournament. In the championship game, James and Anthony Davis put on an absolute clinic. Davis finished with 41 points, 20 rebounds, 5 assists, and 4 blocks, while James added 24 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists. Those two players' rebounding totals matched every player on the Pacers combined, as the entire Indiana roster finished with just 31 rebounds. Every single player and coach on the Lakers roster received $500,000 as a reward for their victory, and the Pacers roster received $200,000 each. While that might not seem like a lot of money to these athletes, there are players on both rosters that just barely hit the $1 million mark, so to them, that could be life-changing money. Sticking with Los Angeles sports and the James family, LeBron's son and USC freshman Bronny James made his collegiate basketball debut this past Sunday. James came off the bench and finished with 4 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and 1 chase-down block that looked strangely familiar. Long Beach State, however, spoiled James' return to the court with an 84-79 upset over USC in overtime. While USC might not have gotten the win and James might not have put up the numbers you would expect, this is an incredible feat and emotional moment, as this was his first game back on the court since suffering cardiac arrest at USC practice on July 24th. Bronny James was hospitalized for 3 days after the cardiac arrest and underwent a procedure to treat a congenital heart defect. He was cleared by doctors to return to basketball on November 30th and went through 2 consecutive full contact practices for the first time this season before playing on Sunday. A lot went down in the NFL this week as we saw several upsets and a few big-name injuries. To start, it was announced on Tuesday that Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert will miss the remainder of the season after suffering a fractured right finger in his throwing hand on Sunday's loss to the Broncos. He had season-ending surgery earlier this week. Herbert and the Chargers have had a disappointing season, heading into last night's game with just a 5-8 record, all but eliminating them from the playoff race. Another AFC West team that faced a shock this week was the Chiefs. Kansas City was defeated by the Buffalo Bills 20-17 on Sunday, and the game had a bit of a wild finish as the Chiefs scored with little time left on a hook and ladder play by Travis Kelce and Kadarius Toney. The play was called back, however, due to Toney lining up offsides. Mahomes, coach Andy Reid, and the rest of the Chiefs had some choice words to say about the call, but nonetheless, the Chiefs have now lost 4 of their last 6 games. They are just 1 game ahead of the Denver Broncos for the #1 spot in the AFC West, and will look to bounce back against the Patriots this week. The other shocking loss came on Monday night when the Titans upset the #1 team in the NFL, the Miami Dolphins. Miami looked like they had another victory wrapped up as they were up 14 points with less than 3 minutes remaining in the game. For reference, teams that have been down that much with that little time left have lost 767 times in a row. That streak ended Monday night as the Titans managed to pull off the comeback with a shocking 28-27 win. It seems like it's going to be a weekly tradition for the next few weeks to update you on the current NFL playoff picture, so let's take a look. The 49ers were the first team this season to clinch a playoff berth and are the new #1 seed in the NFC after the Eagles fell short to the Cowboys this week. The Cowboys took the #2 spot while the Eagles dropped to 5, and the Lions remained at #3 even after a shocking loss to the Chicago Bears. The Buccaneers took a massive leap and are now sitting at the #4 seed coming into this week, and the Vikings and Packers are still holding on to those last 2 wildcard spots for now. The Rams, Seahawks, the Falcons, and Saints are all just on the cusp of working their way into those wildcard spots. In the AFC, the Ravens retook the throne as they are now sitting as the #1 seed after the Dolphins and Chiefs losses. The Jaguars still remain the #4 spot, while the Browns, Steelers, and Colts round out the wildcards. The Texans, Broncos, Bengals, and Bills are just barely on the outside looking in, and all 4 teams currently have a winning record. For both conferences, this week is vitally important. Several teams are just about to clinch the playoffs, while some are doing everything in their power to wiggle their way into one final spot. Last week, I went 2-2 with my picks, bringing me to 31-17 on the season. The Packers and Lions games hurt me last week, but to be fair, no one could have seen those coming. Anyway, for this week, I'm going with the angry Chiefs to get a bounce-back win over the Patriots, the Eagles to also redeem themselves on Monday night and pick up a win over the Seahawks, the 49ers to cruise past the Cardinals, and I don't know if I've ever picked the Falcons, but the Falcons to earn a win over the last-place Carolina Panthers. We only have 4 more weeks, including this week of regular season football, so enjoy it while it lasts. The College Bowl games start this weekend, which means a Heisman Trophy winner has been named. LSU's quarterback Jaden Daniels won the sport's most prestigious individual award Saturday night. Daniels transferred to LSU back in 2022, and in this season, he accounted for 4,946 yards of total offense, 3,812 passing, 1,100 rushing, and 50 total touchdowns, leading the Tigers to a 9-3 record and appearance in the ReliaQuest Bowl against Wisconsin. Daniels led all FBS players in quarterback rating with a 95.7, yards per attempt with 11.7, which is an FBS record, and passing touchdowns with 40, as well as completions of 20 yards or more with 70. His 72.2 completion percentage was 7th in the nation, while his total offensive yards per game were first, 74 yards better than the next player. As a runner, Daniels was topped by only 25 running backs in yards per game, and his 8.4 rushing yards per attempt was good enough for 4th in the FBS among all running backs. For the Heisman Trophy, Daniels beat out 2 quarterbacks, Washington's Michael Penix Jr. and Oregon's Bo Nix, as well as Ohio State wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. I mentioned last week that LAFC was entering the past weekend attempting to make history, going for their 2nd consecutive MLS Cup. Unfortunately, they fell short to the Columbus Crew 2-1 on a rainy night in Ohio this past weekend. Just a few years ago, the Crew were on the brink of extinction, but thanks to the city of Columbus, they found new ownership, a new stadium, and now their 3rd MLS Cup trophy in team history. LAFC now has several key players with expiring contracts, so they will most likely spend the winter rebuilding the roster and planning for their redemption next season. In the golf world, one major life-altering event is taking place this weekend. The PGA Tour Q School, presented by Korn Ferry's final stage, is back, and golfers are competing to earn their card and their spot to golf at the highest level, the PGA Tour. The golfers will compete across 72 holes at TPC Sawgrass Dyes Valley Course and Sawgrass Country Club this Thursday through Sunday. Each player will play 2 rounds at each course, and there is no cuts. The top 5 in ties after 72 holes will earn 2024 PGA Tour membership, with the next 40 in ties earning guaranteed starts on the Korn Ferry Tour. According to the PGA, this event will be, quote, an eclectic mix of rising stars and wily veterans. Between golf, the NFL season, a few college bowl games, soccer, and more, there are more than enough sports to indulge this weekend. Be sure to check out as much as you possibly can, and be sure to come right back here next Friday for more news and updates. As always, thank you for joining me on this episode of Sports Corner. I'm Cole Young. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next time.
So one of the important things to note, the main difference between male and female breast cancer, is the time of presentation for men. Stage for stage, the diseases are the same. However, if you present later, there's a greater risk that the disease will spread. So one of the most important things I tell all my patients, but especially my male patients, is that as soon as you notice the lump, you need to present to your physician for further evaluation.
I'm a little worried about Cole. Is he okay? That was a little scary. All right, we'll get to the movies here, but I'm just letting you know, I'm a little worried about Cole. All right, let's talk about our Friday movie. We got a great one for you. It is going to be The Great Train Robbery, and that is starring Sean Connery and Donald Sutherland. And it's going to be at 2 p.m. with subtitles, 6 p.m. without the subtitles, brought to us by Pacific Financial Planners. And it is set in England during the 1850s. A master criminal aims to rob a train with a large sum of gold on it. Security is incredibly tight. The task seems an impossible one. However, he has a plan and just the right people to carry it out. Sounds like a good one to me. Go ahead and watch that one on Friday. Hey, tomorrow we also have another great show. Not much of a drama, but more of a musical. It's A Journey with Andrea Bocelli, and it is going to be a good one. It's going to be, again, it's 2 p.m. with the subtitles, 6 p.m. without the subtitles, brought to us by RadNet, and it's going to be merging world-class music with intimate conversations in the awe-inspiring Italian countryside. The journey is an exploration of the moments that define us, the songs that inspire us, and the relationships that connect us to what matters. Andrea Bocelli can't do much worse than that. That's a pretty good show. Okay, let's talk about a couple of announcements we have for you. We got some great stuff coming up. And holiday fun at the Performing Arts Center is going to be December 18th, Monday. Movie is White Christmas. That's such a fun classic, and that'll be fun seeing it with an audience, right? Doors open at 1:45, and movie starts at 2 p.m. Let's get one more announcement in while we're at it here, and it's going to be the Interfaith Virtues Study Group. That's going to be coming up Tuesday, December 19th, Clubhouse 1, Room 2 at 6:30 p.m. It's going to be interfaith sharing and inspiration for everybody. Sounds like a good time. Let's take a look at our weather before we head out. It's going to be a warm couple days, really nice actually. And then we are in for some cooler temperatures and maybe some rain for sure next week at some point. Maybe Monday, for sure probably on Tuesday. So get that Christmas shopping done this weekend while you can before the rain hits us. That's going to do it for this edition of This Day. For Mark, PJ, Cole, on the jib camera, Carla, we want to say thank you guys for joining us and watching, and we hope you make this day a great one.
Irvine Barclay Theater is your home for the best in live entertainment. Here's what's coming up next. For tickets and information, visit thebarclay.org.